Hey kids, it's Toby. It's just a couple hours before the ball drops and we end 2011. And it is hot. It's like Africa Lion King hot. Do you remember where we were last year at this time? We were in Blizzard Apocalypse. And it was a weird time for me actually last year. I'd come off, I'd been off of rent for about a year. And but right before the new year, two things happened that really set an interesting year in motion for me. First, my friend Jed Resnick, thanks Jed, referred me to Pieces Bar. They needed a host for Thursday nights. It was beer pong. I didn't really know what it was, but I took the job in early December and I started doing that. Then in mid-December, my unemployment was going to run out, so I called and just to find out what was to be done. And she said, "Oh no, you qualify for another year of unemployment." So I was given this extra year of unemployment, and I didn't realize that these two things together were actually the first challenges in me being part of a reality competition, a reality show. So for the past year, I've actually been participating in a reality show. You may have heard of it. It's called Toby's Life. It's called Toby's Life, and it airs on the Seriously Network. Because I wasn't really doing anything that year before. I was kind of lazy. But this show, you might have seen it. Sometimes it's paired with The Foolishness Files, or Obsessed, or even that learning show Learn About It. So this show was interesting. After those first two challenges, in which I said yes to and just started doing, challenges kept coming. And as I did each thing, what turned out was that rewards kept coming. It really was a reality show. It was like my own Hunger Games. And then challenges and things I got into would lead to different challenges and more opportunities to have a really, really cool year. Soon after the new year, I went on the Big Gay Cruise, as you all know. And you saw my pictures, hopefully, on Facebook. And, I mean, picture a Big Gay Cruise. It's going to be some really, really attractive men in skimpy bathing suits, and there's always theme parties. So I decided that this year, I couldn't, out-sexy these men all the time. I couldn't out-gym them, because I hate the gym, but I could out-funny them. So, you want to have a heroes party? I'm going to let all them people be in little skimpy Batman costumes, and I'm going to go with my friends, and we're going to be injured Spider-Men. A hit. You want to have a Lost Island party? Everyone's going to be in jungle theme, as little clothing as possible? Well, we're going to go with the Castle of Gilligan's Island, and I decided that I, of course, am going to play Mrs. Howell. Yes, you have not experienced freedom till you dance on a cruise ship with all these half-naked men, and you're dressed like an old lady with a parasol and big boobies like Big Mama's house. And you want to have a white party, and that's the party they have on every ship, and that's where people go all out. Well, this year, we went all out. We went to Mood Fabrics, and we made Bjork swan dresses. And we were told by a few people, "You win." And I was so proud. There was no costume contest, but it was exciting to know that us going out on a limb and doing something different that we wanted to do got such a great response. The Atlantis company also responded well, because on the next cruise, a picture of us in our swan dresses was used to represent the 20th anniversary cruise. Learn about it. It was funny because that actually led to a year of costumes for me. Basically, from now on, if there's a party and people are going to take it seriously and try to be all sexy, I am going to go the opposite way and dress like an idiot. And here's what I'm going to show you. Remember some of these costumes. But what I found was that I could go in these costumes with my friend Brett and look crazy at another heroes party with capes I had randomly purchased at Six Flags. Or I could go by myself to the Pines party on Fire Island, and while everyone else is dressed as really sexy fairy tales, be dressed in a white nightgown like an old Mr. Scrooge with a candle, trying to get those kids to go to bed or those ghosts to get out of the garden. I found a freedom with these costumes, and I just found that I became obsessed with them, and they became something that I looked forward to. And because I was there and at these parties and comfortable in being my goofy ass self, I met a lot of really, really fun people. Costumes at parties were a big highlight of my year. I wore those costumes when I worked at Pieces Bar, and Pieces Bar was a great year for me. I didn't know what this was going to be. They wanted a host for beer pong, like who hosts beer pong, and a bingo game, and I just, after a while, I just started wearing and making themes, just making them up just to have them, and getting little costumes, and it just turned it into something. And what was great was that as that happened, I saw Pieces Bar also growing and growing and growing. Some of you may know Pieces Bar had an issue. They wanted to move locations in the village. And so, knowing Eric and knowing some of the workings of that, it was sad to experience still some homophobia, I think, that still goes on today. But it was amazing to see a community at pieces really rally and show up at community meetings en masse and really get some change hopefully done. It turns out now Eric's going to open 2 Pieces bars. That's how good it was. And through it all, I wore ridiculous costumes. Another thing I decided was I was given this year of unemployment, this gift, and that I really need to be participating more in society. And I always wanted to volunteer to be a member of VITA, the Volunteer Income Tax Association. So I did. I'm learning to do people's taxes. This season I will be a certified tax preparer. I'm already certified to do the basic taxes. So if you're coming to VITA, you might see me, and hopefully your taxes will be easy and I'll do them. But one thing that happened was, with this challenge that I accepted, came a reward. I redid my own taxes and realized the guy made a mistake, and I got an $800 refund, and that never would have happened if I had not said, finally this year, I'm going to go do this thing I've always wanted to do, and help the other people, help other actors, and, you know, use my math skills, because I got math skills. Another great thing I did was I took classes at the Actors Connection, and I'd always wanted to take on-camera hosting classes, and that was the greatest revelation of the year for me. That's what I want to be doing. It's what I should be doing. It's what I need to be doing. I had so much fun in these classes. I took a regular class, then an advanced class, an intensive weekend. I was so involved. I organized a post-weekend filming day of videos with a bunch of people that I'd met on that weekend. I met people who were just great to me and supportive and seemed excited about what I could bring and made me excited again. I've become a little disillusioned going into rooms and singing 32 bars and leaving and never hearing. And I discovered my love of performing, my love of entertaining, I never felt so excited as I have then, since the beginning of Rent. Beginning of Rent, the last time I really had this feeling, I think. And then what did this lead to? My vlog, Obsessed. I would never have done this Obsessed if I had not said, let's take these classes and not done these things. You know, all year long, I was doing things I wanted to do and not doing things that I didn't want to do. And so I had so many great new experiences this year. I went to the Black Party. I went to Slash Days Party in Austin. I'd never been there. And you know what? And I just ended up, by the end of the year, so many rewards I had done and so many challenges and opportunities leading to more and more opportunities. I have adopted little animals I have added to my family. And I even have a paper-mache kangaroo. A kangaroo. Who has this? Nobody. This is Sir Elliot, and this is what happens when you say, yes, I'll go to brunch. And then you say, yes, I'll go to that flea market. And you say, there's cameras around? Yes, I'll be on your random reality show buying a kangaroo. And you just say yes, and you do it. So here I am, a year later. It's hot outside, no blizzard, and I'm here with a renewed passion and a renewed focus and a new realization. I've reminded myself of what I kind of had forgotten. That I have a story to tell, and that I have a talent in helping other people tell their stories. And so that's what I'm going to work on. So the story I need to tell you today, my unemployment has ended. It ended 2 weeks ago. So my final task, it turned out, on this year-long reality show that I didn't even realize I was on, was to make this whole situation work without that safety net. I'm pleased to announce that in ceremonies held earlier today, I was officially made the 2012 busiest unemployed person ever! Thank you! Thank you! Oh, thank you, Sally! Thank you! Oh, of course, Steve, that's how we do. That's how we do. Oh, Scepter! Oh. You guys, I realized that throughout the year, I've been influenced by my obsessions, and that I've been talking about the Obsessed blog. One I've never told you about is I read a book called Yes Man. And in this book, a guy took a year and he said yes to everything. Some of the stuff was really stupid, like, yes, I'll give you money for your Nigerian scam. But mostly the idea is being open and saying yes, and grabbing opportunities, and, you know, and seeing where that goes. And I did that, and I realized subconsciously that actually really, really affected me this year. Basically, this whole thing was kind of like my own Hunger Games. And, you know, when I would get rewarded, it was like Haymitch was dropping it off for me. And whenever I would do something I wanted to do and stop doing something I didn't want to do, I was slicing fruit, not bombs. Mary J. Blige sang about it, having a rough time and coming through. And I got to sing about it in Okinawa, having a rough time and coming through. A year later, I am the living proof. And you know what, though? I had some help. I want to thank people that helped me this year. I want to thank Eric and people at Pieces and the people at Vita for just, both giving me a chance to do something new I'd always wanted to do. I want to thank North Star, the Airbnb website, and I guess President Obama for the money. Somehow all the money always worked, and it just always worked. So that was great. I want to thank Costumes.com and Party City and Mr. Jennings 99 Cents for my fierce costumes throughout the year. And I really want to thank Actors Connection and my teachers Patricia Stark and Risa Tenania, all my classmates and all the hosting weekend people that I met. I feel like Melissa McCarthy on the Emmys. And everyone I met throughout this year, that was the greatest thing. I met so many people and that I wouldn't have met if I hadn't just said, you know what, you're saying yes, you're accepting challenges, and you're going to somehow become the busiest unemployed person ever. Everyone who's met me, who's been supporting me, supporting my vlogs, my fans in Japan, thank you. Thank you so much. As your boot, I promise to continue on this path. I'm going to lead you by example. I'm going to accept challenges. I'm going to say yes a lot. And I am going to just keep getting bigger and bigger. And I want to find out your stories. I'm going to tell more of my stories. And I want to get them out there. Now I'm going to need your help. If we say we're going to meet up for coffee, we can bust out our calendars. They have calendars on a phone now. And we can bust it out and we can schedule it. And we should do that. Because the people that, my friends are in entertainment, let's make it happen in the 1-2. Let's make it happen in the 1-2. So you guys inspire me, and I want to get your stories, throughout the year. But it turns out that there's actually one last challenge with being the boot, and I've given it to myself. And that is to record this whole vlog, edit it, get these costumes, and post it before midnight when I go to my next party. So I gotta go. In a couple days, look for my Obsessed Top 10, which will be a better produced vlog than this. I just really felt like on this last day of 2011, I needed to thank everybody that was involved in this being such a transformative year. And I just want to say it's going to be another great year. I hope that 2012 is full of all the foolishness and obsessiveness and storytelling that you can have. Learn about it and make good choices.
Oh, happily ever after. Once you know, oh, skip to the ending. Would like to know, I'd like to know, author of the moment.